Almost 100 years since the founding of our organization, over 800 million working women still lack adequate maternity protection. The pay gap, the gender pay gap, is closing only at a glacial rate. Women continue to be overrepresented in low-paid jobs, and the concept of equal value remains elusive for far too many. I think we can all come together in agreeing that these trends should worry us, they must worry us, and that progress is not going to happen by simply continuing to do more of the same.
Women across the globe have identified work-family balance and the lack of affordable care as a main challenge for them globally. So we need to ask questions that are going to push us to think critically about how we co-create a different future.
There is a very strong business case for unleashing the untapped potential that lies when we don't give enough opportunities to women. So that's the starting point, that there is a strong business case. And you have to have not only a vision, which is clear that it's a business case, but a strategy and an implementation plan.
Right.
And this involves a lot of awareness and a culture change, including essentially a cultural change on the part of the men as well as the women themselves.
We're not moving fast enough. If we're not going to action, it will take us ages until we really can measure any progress there. So we need to step up, we need to action, in order to really unleash the full potential, because 50% of the world population is women, we can't be ignored. Yeah. But also from a company perspective, you want to reflect within your company the diversity of your customers and the society as well.
Los factores que justificaron la conquista, la colonización, el patriarcalismo, o sea, los factores estructurales siguen vigentes. Aquí no se trata solo de un problema de cambios culturales. La cultura no va a cambiar si no cambian los factores estructurales que justifican que un grupo oprima a otro o que los hombres sientan que son más importantes que las mujeres. Entonces a mí me parece que tenemos que trabajar fuertemente, y lo que está demostrado, lo que está comprobado, es que el primer paso definitivamente se da con los cambios legales y los cambios políticos. O sea, si no hay cambios legales que obliguen a que a las mujeres se les trate igual en el trabajo que a los hombres, no va a pasar.
We have to empower these women to understand their rights and those who are not right as them. Because they don't understand their rights at work. They think this is right for me to be this. So we have to empower them. Let them know that it's not right. Because there is a research done in Tanzania under Tukta. It shows most of the victims of this issue are those who are going to apply for the job at first. So then there, it's because she has a need of that job.
Yeah.
She think, if I agree this, I will get that job. So she has to understand that not necessarily to be harassed and get that job. So the big issue is awareness to the women.
If you invest 2% in care, then indeed you will grow jobs and jobs. You'll get around a 6% jobs hit in the care economy itself, which will go directly, 3/4 of them, to women. That's a good thing in terms of that participation gap. And the second thing is that it will free women to participate elsewhere in the economy, and it will actually create a multiplier impact on up to 4% of jobs for men, predominantly in infrastructure, services, and so on. So this is a good news story, but caring is what makes us human. And if we care about our sons and daughters, we want jobs for them and we want them to be decent jobs. Let's formalise this sector. Let's build on the public services that have generated critical care provision, and let's make sure where it's private care that it's decent work.